Penelope next. All right. Full outlook. Full outlook. Yeah, I mean, I could try to run that one in the background, I guess. Hmm. Okay. All right. Then we'll just load in the rest. How am I gonna? Ooh. Maybe bottom. Maybe bottom. Okay. Here we go. Formation set. It's actually not horrible for pushing either 5 versus 10. Do I need like 6 or better for keep your friends close? Calculator time. Still need. That's still a 10. Okay. I need to do the math on that and figure out exactly what that needs to be. But it's going to vary based off your equipment, I feel like. For me, well, no, it shouldn't because they all go up. I don't know. I think it may be a little bit. It is. Which is unfortunate. Okay. Speed potion. I got a 15-minute one for you. And that's it. Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks. Yeah, Caddy Alone's probably better in the background. In fact, I mean, we have a background party. We tried to do that once, and it did not work. Did not work. But you know what? You know what? Chicken butt. You see, all of our ultimates went on cooldown there. That was interesting. That's fine. You take the patron off. Put me in the adventure. Put me in, coach. Whoa. Oh, no, we're already 100% chance. Nice. Okay, so. Yeah, we still want all arrows. Still want to hit everything. Okay. Okay. Problem is, she has 286 health, and at a certain point, that's going to be not great. Let's let her get to area 2, and then we'll switch back. Oh, we do have the Dark Urge, that's right. Murdery. Okay. Okay. Is this the urge? Okay. Alright. Well, I gotta wait until I get to the next area. Just want to make sure it saves this. Is there an Icewind Dale variant that gives more favor? Well, I mean, there's nothing that gives more favor than others, but some are easier to push in than others. Well, I don't know about variants. You said variant, not adventure. I don't know. I think you hit a bug. I think you hit one of the bugs where you carry favor over from somewhere else into your new run. Fallout Season 2 confirmed? Nice. I mean, I would hope. But, hoping doesn't mean anything. So... Hey, Noobles. People's questions on them. Right, I don't understand. Well, can you bring a second champion into Caddy alone? Any champion that is eligible to enter into any variant can go in. So the Dark Urge and Dungeon Master can both join because they have abilities that allow them to go anywhere. It's their passive ability. Ad break. We got some. He's got one jump left. I was gonna say we got some stacks for Briv, yay! And he's done. And he's done. I... Yeah, I'm gonna restart because weekend buffs. I forgot. I forgot weekend buffs. All right, I think we're back from the ad break. Can we just skip it? I have a beginner question. Is there a way I could see all my champions on one page, like a roster or something? Not really, but sort of. I'm not kind of easily. There is in the collection now. I'll show it once it loads back in. So if we go into the collection and we click on champions, you can see all the champions you own, and the ones you don't own are grayed out with the little chain symbol, meaning they're locked. Can we sort by owned, maybe? No, that would make too much sense. That would make too much sense. Oh boy, status owned. There we go. Okay, status owned. So here you can see all of your own champions just like this. It does list what seat they're in. You could then filter by seat if you wanted to. Like here by seat, like so I can see these are my seat ones, these are my seat twos. Yeah, this is a newer feature, so this is actually I'm trying to see, can I do this? Yeah, actually you can now. Can. So yeah, that's kind of neat. And then you could always turn the owned part off, and then you can see like who else is in the seat. Who else is potentially in the seat you could go grab in those places. Which is neat. Okay, what's the weekend buff? Dinah Hair, don't have her. Minsk, yeah, sure, but we don't use him for pushing. Brunord, yeah, we don't use him for pushing anymore. Antreus, I don't have him, right? Yeah, I didn't pick him. And Will, don't have him. Great! Great, which means I can go ahead and open this because it was only going to go to core champions anyway. Let's open the Caddy Breach chest we got. Just in case we got speed. No speed. Alright. Oh, Shevik, the player numbers for Fallout went up. Yeah, since the show came out. They even released new free content for Fallout 4. But I heard like across the board Fallout games are on the rise. Yeah, well, so the C-Lob, Tier 2 hopefully should be completable for Caddy Bree. But here's the way I really want to make this very clear to people. Tier 1 is for new players. Tier 2 is for still early game players who have some power. Tier 3 is for mid-game players, and mid-game means not only do you have power, but you've got a roster of champions. So you have a Dark Urge or a Dungeon Master to come in and join and help. And Tier 4 is for late game players who have like all the champions and lots of power. So if figure out where you are. If you don't have like a Dungeon Master or Dark Urge, then you're Tier 2 at best. You're maybe halfway Tier 2, halfway into Tier 3. I mean, you can have a foot into different... You can even have a foot in the early game and a foot in the mid game and be able to do some Tier 2 and some Tier 3. But that one you're not going to be able to because it needs a champion that's more of a indicator that you would be mid game, right? That's the way these tiers are functionally working. I don't know if that's how they were designed, but that's how it's shaken out. Earned 20 gold chests and no feats. Yeah, man, I wish they had a pity timer for feats. It's rough. Oh, those were silvers. Nobles. Nobles. Come on. Come on. But yeah, you can run 120 gold chests too. It can happen. Not what happened, but You got 500 gold. Okay, well, that's better. But yeah, I mean, I've thrown down 100 gold chests and gotten no feats. When I knew there was feats still left, and it was like, oh, really? Just bad luck. Yeah, my main account is on the last of the tier 4 now. I picked Ayla as my final champion. Got Dritz and Catti. Which one's the better DPS? Depends on your gear if you just got them, to a certain degree. To a certain degree. I mean, you can try them both out. Dritz, if you're using Catti as your DPS, you would want to swap Dritz out because Dritz doesn't help. Well, he kind of does. Does he have a mark of the hall, or is it just a feat? This thing, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, he's got Companions of the Hall. He would give one Mithril Hall stack to Catti. But you might want a better buffer if you're using Catti DPS, but Catti can buff Dritz. But you would want to try each out near your wall to try to see, like with a formation based around them, to see who's better for you. But part of it's going to have to do with gear. Yeah, Vampire League. I mean, look, at least now you can definitely double check, because if you go up here to feats, it'll tell you how many chest feats you've unlocked. So if you've got them all, then you know. Oh, that's why I'm not getting any more. That's why. If epics on all the flex champs, what are some you recommend spending tokens on for chests to improve gear item levels? Oh, I don't know. I just, yeah, that's kind of a you choice. To be honest, I on my main account, I just put everything into Gale. That's what I do. I put everything into the newest champion. And I chose my flexes based off the buffs they were going to give. Like if I was using them in formations, I wanted their buffs that you get from this list. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're not going to get. I feel like you're not, unless you're dumping like tons and tons and tons of bounty contracts. I don't know. I did, but I put all that into Gale because I wanted my Gale to be as strong as everybody else. So I don't know. You gotta figure out where you want them. Like, did you flex Melf? Like Melf's always gonna want more item levels. It feels like they didn't cap him yet. But I don't know that you're gonna get a significant boost to his speed from that. I don't know. Big stretch. Gale is a he, not a her. Gale's interesting. If you pick up Orkira and that, Orkira, well, Gale's interesting. I haven't. He's really versatile with the way his specs work. I haven't tried to compare him to Orkira because, of course, Orkira breaks the game. So it's challenging to get any kind of comparison out. Yeah. And now I'm really wondering, now that people figured out that they made fire breath potions now correctly add their damage to your click damage, whereas before they overrode. I'm really wondering when that change happened, because that may, if it would happen like last year or something, then that may be what triggered Bud's Buggy. Could be some holdover interaction, which was one of the reasons you didn't. Fire breath potions used to replace click damage, and then fire breath didn't work, and then click damage would stop working on, like, stop doing anything to a debuffed enemy. Well, now that it does stuff to debuffed enemies, that may be the trigger. That may be the Bud's Buggy trigger. We don't know. I have no idea what's triggering that still. They did fix clicking through the bug, yes. And look, it was in the patch notes. Down in here, fix an issue where Penelope swarms could block clicking the loot bag from bosses. When did they change the event buffs to only work when the champion was in the party? Well, that was the whole point of event buffs, so it was always supposed to work that way. Visually, it just showed them to you, but that didn't mean they were functioning in the party. They weren't supposed to be. So they gave us this new UI to more clearly show you that they have to be in the party. Because before, people were getting confused about that. It wasn't Thalo. It wasn't, yeah. If you were ever getting like an all champs damage bonus, you weren't supposed to be. So, yeah. That's why you choose your flex champions based off, like, either you're going for split the party, you're going for gear, or you just want to figure out, like, who am I going to be using in pushing formations? I want their buffs to help me push further. Feel they communicate. I mean, it's right here. It says here, place champion in formation to activate buffs. I don't know. I mean, if you're not listening to like dev insights, then you're playing off what you read in the game, and you got to keep constantly reading stuff in the game, I guess. Because over here, it's not going to be like. I mean, these are buffs for champions, right? Like Caddy Breeze Mark for Death, Caddy Breeze Push Forward. This is damage all champions, but the fact that these others are for Caddy Breeze should be enough to indicate that, hey, this is for people in the party. Should be. Well, yeah, before it was just all on, but again, it was in a list of things, and most of them were for the champion. And I mean, that's why now and people got confused, so now they call it out specifically here. But, yeah. The only global buff is the boon for buying something, that set of potions that you get. This up here. These are the global ones. Speed, great. Great. But Dark Urge is neutral? No. They're chaotic evil by default. Can't show you. But then if you pick resist the urge, then their spec changes to lawful good. It's part of the specialization choice. You're either embracing the urge, and the urge is to murder people, I want to be clear, or you're resisting the urge, and thus you're becoming a better person. Yeah, the urge that they're talking about, the Dark Urge, is like, that's not their name. That's what they're called in the game, but because they just don't have a name, I guess. But the dark urge is to just kill and murder and maim indiscriminately, and to torture and to do horrible things to dead bodies, and it's all the worst urges. Still gain murder stacks, yeah, because they're still killing things, still becoming stronger. It's just the concept is they're using their power for good. I don't know. Yeah, video game, so. They're butt kicking for goodness, as Minsk would say, right? At that point. Hey, another gold chest. We're earning gems pretty quickly. I'm just fishing for speed potions, really. That's what I want. One level out of all of that. Wow. What? 2 levels. Great. Oh my god. Why are you stuck so bad? Alright. Not really. Yeah, the dark urge, embracing the urge, is basically Dexter. It's basically Dexter. Continuing. Program updating. Come on. There we go. Nope, that was the wrong. That was the wrong thing to grab. There we go. Hey, Notepad++ got a patch. Right. Oh man, you got to bring up trials. I feel so bad for my trials group. Swear it's a bug, but in my main account, I always pick Jarlaxle. Always pick Jarlaxle. I was the second person to lock in a champion in our trials group. 3 other people joined when and picked a champion. When we started, it gave me Tyrell. And it's got to be a bug because there's no way 3 other people would join and none of them would pick Jarlaxle. Right? Or ask in our pre-made chat, like, is anybody going to pick Jarlaxle this week? Like, something. Uh, we lost assault party damage. Now I'm like, oh, man, I hope. Oh, we use the damage scrolls. It's nowhere near the same. It's nowhere near the same. So it is a pre-made Nathalis here. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I submitted a ticket. And Taylor's like, on our end, it shows that you joined the trial and then that it locked it, like that you clicked on Swamp and then you clicked Tyrell. And I'm like, yeah, but there's no way. Hey, I picked Jarlaxle every week. Mine was always the highest Jarlaxle, and then I capped it, and it's always been so. I've always had Jarlaxle, always. It's not on video. I didn't do it on stream. I never go into. I never pick my stuff on stream because it shows the code, and anybody could join. So frustrating. Well, hopefully it's fine. We'll see. It just looks real bad on day 1. And your damage isn't anywhere remotely where you're used to it being. Pulling it up right now. Yeah, like our party DPS was like 8,000. And it's like, oh, feels low. Feels low. What does Tiro give you? An upset stomach? Um, all champion damage. 1,374%, but it's still all champion damage. I got my. I don't have that. But just the fans are on high right now. Trying to run 2 clients. Right now. How many days do you normally need to get the daily damage bonus in order to complete a trial? I mean, it depends on how hard people show up. Like, it's a not everybody's able to show up all the like every day, so yeah. I mean, there are days where we're finishing it on day 6 and finish it and can basically start a new one right away because, maybe some people couldn't really log in that week or whatever. I'm just glad that the time it screws up is the time we actually had 5 and not just 4 because we'd been 4-personing it every now and then. There's someone's probably made a spreadsheet. I never bothered. I figured somebody'd do it where you could just enter in your day 1 numbers and then it'll tell you how many days you got. Like, it'll give you a projection. But yeah. How's my background party doing? Area 38. I mean, that feels slow, but you know what? Let's go take a look. Let's go level some people up. Just a little bit. Alright. Couldn't get too far, but still. Better than nothing. Dark Urge throwing down E46 damage, but not that that really matters. I would come back on this level. I've gotta sit here. This would be one where it would definitely slow down, it feels like. Yeah, I mean, it said 38, but we're on 47. Yeah. Welcome to background progress. Welcome to background progress. And welcome to an ad break, folks. Well, I like to make sure that I move to the next level to hopefully trigger a save. That used to be how it triggered saves in the system, but I don't know if it does anymore. It's just a habit. Just a habit. The problem is I've played so many versions over the 6.5 years. I've played so many iterations of this game where sometimes there were issues and you needed to make sure something moved, and it just became a habit, and then I can't get rid of it now. Like it used to be, like used to setting my Modron to 51 when I was grinding event stuff. Habit from when there were errors, and 50 wouldn't always give you a chest. Supercharge the magic course takes a lot of cross pieces. Probably, yeah. I don't go near that core, so that core is radioactive to me. I don't want to touch it. Don't want to touch it. Ordered some more sun chips. Had to. This time it's a 4 flavor box. It's got the harvest cheddar, the garden salsa, the regular, and then French onion. See, we'll see how that works. See how that works. I tried to find like there was like a black bean queso or something, and then some other one, and all I could find was like 7-ounce bag versions, and they were like super expensive, which tells me like someone like bought them and is trying to resell them maybe at a higher price, or maybe they were limited versions or something. I don't know, but I was like, there's no way I'm spending that much money on a bag of chips. On a bag of chips, come on. No, thank you. Yep, sun chips are yummy. Listen, I just wanted to try different flavors, and it's just difficult. It's difficult to find the other flavors, it seems. Which is too bad, because it looked like they might be pretty nice. Let me see if I can find what were the other ones specifically. Oh, there was a chili lime, which I was like, maybe. Oh, maybe. And then the other one was a black bean southwestern queso, and I was like, yeah, I'll try that. But I guess they're newer flavors. It's just they're super expensive for some reason. You got the chili lime. They're good. Okay, they're good. That's what I want to know. They're good. The bag, yeah, if it's like a huge bag, that's the problem. That's what I like getting the little, basically like the lunch size. single serving lunch size bags, just in getting like a case of them, because then I just grab a bag and they they don't go bad and don't go stale or anything. Yeah. You got to have like I don't know, like the big bags feel like, oh, you've got a family of 5 and everybody wants chips. Like, so no. Spicier. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. Is it like if the chili lime is like, is it a real chili lime? Like, is it like, you know, San Diego chili lime? Like, that was like a big thing. Chili lime on everything. Figured it might be a little too spicy for me. I was like, if I could just get one bag to try, that'd be great. But I wasn't buying a big bag like for that much money. Southwestern queso felt like, okay, maybe I like that one a little more. Maybe. I was gonna try them both though, but no. They don't sell them at my grocery store. Like, I can't go to my grocery store and get bags of Sun Chips. Oh yeah, big bags end up crushing lots of, yeah. You end up with lots of little broken pieces. I hit Astarion's ultimate while I had 3 seconds left. It took a second off. Yeah, it was a bad decision on my part. I should have just waited. Bad car. What are we looking at in speed wise though? 151. That's with the alt active, so with 5 adjacent, we're looking at like a 75% chance to drop double quest items. That's nice. Yeah, 75.56. There we go. That's nice. That's helping us out a bit. Get friendships to sponsor this stream. Who do we have to spam on Twitter? Spamming people is not how you get things to happen. If like like a handful of people spamming a brand is the worst thing you can do. But if like thousands of people each message once, that's more. That's considered like, and they're not bots. Like actual people. Um, that's more what brands are looking for. But we're in. You get the whole Idle Champions community just at Sunchips on Twitter. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Only 100 more levels, man. When we get to 450s. Woof. Woof. I don't want to spin these either. I want one of these for Valindra. Shadow Mantle. For sure. They're just so hard to come by that I don't necessarily want to get rid of them. And like, if a deep push. If we do it, we need one more deep push in Water Deep. Favor wise. And then I guess maybe keep one for a deep push in the next event. Gotta save those. I feel like longer than you might save other things because it's much harder to come by. This is paid. Should have F1 today. The sprint weekend though, so it should only be like free practice 1. I'm hoping. Sometimes ESPN doesn't broadcast some of the free practices. They better. There's only one. They better broadcast it. It's always wild when they only get one practice for the whole weekend because then they go straight into qualifying for the race, for the sprint, and then they got to do the sprint, and then they got to do the race, and it's like. Did I miss a hydrate earlier? I might have. Whoops. I'm like looking at how much water's in the bottom. I'm like, I didn't drink out of that yet. Whoopsie. I think I did the stretch and forgot to do the hydrate. My bad. Too simple. Yeah, I wouldn't know, Thalo. I never tried to supercharge the magic core. It's literally just a. To me, it's an unused core. Like it's like a Roas. I'm not going to use either of them unless something drastically changes in the game. There on my main account, they're relegated to automation. Got a ways to go. We're still E10 over health on click damage, so we can keep clicking because it's an event run. When we have to stop, we can fire breath because we got more than enough damage. I don't understand why. How is Minsk getting? It should be Jarlaxle. I'm so confused right now. Why is Minsk DPS? Just in a better damage curve? Does it go up even further now? No. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but Shandy would have been buffing Jarlax. Shandy would have been within range of Jarlaxle too. So Spec is or Astarion is bottom. So it should have been buffing. That's why I had Jarlaxle down here. That way. He's just in a Minsk is in a better damage curve right now than Jarlaxle is all it is. And that's fine. But it's weird that it was so much more. It's weird to me that it was so much more. Barely noticeable. I uploaded a bunch more VODs to YouTube yesterday. Since there was no dev insights, I just started trimming videos and throwing them in up to YouTube. Well, he does attack people that just came in, but no one's really getting to this. That may be where we're setting Bud, maybe, if somebody's getting to that. But yeah, I mean, everybody should be dying pretty immediately, so the debuff shouldn't even really apply. Only cushion party for Elemenster. 175. Bud spikes are nice when you use Carlock's coins. That isn't it. Yeah, I mean that's what Carlock's ultimate is for. It lets her increase her rage stacks to 100, and because multiple abilities she has are multiplicatively stacking based off the number of rage stacks you have, you can get twice as many stacks. You can go from 50 to 100, and that's just, and her numbers just go through the roof. I would actually argue maybe trying to Carlock DPS it instead of Dark Urge DPS. But I guess it, yeah. So it depends on how farmed you're. Well, I don't know. You try it. Always got to try it. When you get to your wall on something like that, on any variant, you got to start trying a bunch of other options. Minsk is part of the weekend buff, so it may be that he's hitting his favorite enemies. So he's got triple damage on his favorite enemies, and he does better on them anyway, so that could be where we're spiking. Is there a mechanical way to make someone from being good to going to evil? Just with the Dark Urge can go from being evil to good with spec choice. Gale can become neutral with a feat. Or neutral good. They can go from neutral to neutral good with a feat. This one. That's it currently, I think. I think. First one makes people count as neutral, but they're still their original. They're still their original alignment too. It just makes them count as neutral for the purpose of anything that's going on. So yeah, I guess there's that, but it's not. That's not necessarily good to evil. Dark Urge is the only one that go from evil to good. And Gale's the only one who can do it to allow them into a variant, right? Because the feat, you have to have the feat. Everybody else requires you to level up and have an ability. So Gale's the only one that can slot a feat and change their accessibility to a patron. Whereas, the Dark Urge could go anywhere anyway, so it wouldn't even matter. So in terms of like trying to access a variant that needs a specific alignment, only Gale adjusts. The reason why it's his passive. His passive ability lets him go everywhere, just like Dungeon Master. Mm-hmm. 30 more levels. Yeah. 63. Where are they actually at? Let's play. Where are they actually at? 69. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Dark Inheritance. The Dark Urge is eligible to start in all adventures, even if patron variant and other restrictions would say otherwise. He also does not interact with any champion abilities or variant effects that are based on age, except for Astarians. But that's specifically called out in Astarians, I think. Yeah, Dark Inheritance is the ability. And to get into what the Dark Inheritance is would be spoilers for Baldur's Gate 3, so you can Google it if you'd like, I guess. The Dark Urges storyline if you want to be spoiled, but I don't want to spoil it on stream. I played through it on stream, but that doesn't mean everybody here was watching that stream, so. Yep, I saw the announcement about evil endings. I'll have to go over and like finish it again just to watch the evil ending for the Dark Urge. It'd be saved right at the final battle anyway, so. I don't know anything about crossplay. Gameplay seemed kind of slow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're comparing it to. I guess um, there's a there's a lot of content in the game. There's a lot of content in that game. So, uh, but I mean, it's an RPG. I mean, it's a it's not a like a hack and slash or anything. So, turn based role playing game. Yeah, I mean, you're basically playing Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. I like turn-based stuff. I mean, I've enjoyed more of the active. I've enjoyed some active stuff like Tunic, obviously, that had some challenging boss fights, but not everybody's looking for that in their RPG. I like turn-based because it's accessible to everyone, basically. Like I don't enjoy like the later Final Fantasies where if you pause to try to think about something at all, the enemies just keep going, and it's like that's not. Like, it just made that one really frustrating. That game really frustrating. Like that series really frustrating from that point on because it's presented in kind of a turn-based style, but then it stops being turn-based, and it's like really annoying. Ad break. Yeah, you can just click the roll, and it instantly, if you click on the screen, it instantly finishes the roll and gives you the result. Break means snack break. But yeah, you can speed your way through those rolls. Yep. All the major awards, first time ever. It earned it. It earned them all. You dead. You got him, Spurt. You got him. Good job. All right, half full outlook. Fully finished.